So, just wanted to give an update on yesterday. Oh my God, yesterday I felt like I was under major viral attack because I was coughing so much. I would go outside and I would come back inside and cough. And it was windy yesterday, and I also did get takeout. And my husband also came home yesterday too. So there's three factors that were involved in upsetting the homeostasis. It is my husband coming home and eating takeout food from Grubhub, Panda Express, and then how windy it was. So yesterday I was on the couch and in the bed coughing. And that's when I realized that, yeah, you have to cough in this environment. If you don't cough in this environment, then you're not letting your body know that there is antigen coming in and it needs to be reconciled with. And so that's why all of the different therapies, as well as the holistic, is that people don't want to cough. They don't want to work hard for their immunity. They don't want to get rid of the mucus. They don't want to go through that. Let me tell you, I had about 30 of these full of my mucus. Okay, I used up all my towels because my little washcloths, because I was blowing my nose, hawking up loogies. And it reminded me of last year when there was a change in the season and I would be sneezing, coughing, going like, holy shit. And then I think last year, or maybe it was around the wintertime, I forget, that I had all those hives. I mean, now days run together because it seems like everything is recent because the memories are so right there. And so when you think about when you're coming up positive, whether it's on a titer test or for a pregnancy test or any kind of test, you've been fertilized. Right now we're in a pandemic called major fertilization. And again, not many mothers survive childbirth or even pregnancy. Not many, I'm saying a lot. Well, some, yeah. Yeah, how did I say that? Is that right? Yeah. Some mothers don't survive childhood or survive pregnancy or pregnant or birthing the baby or labor or bearing a baby. And some mothers do. And so right now, if you've been exposed to so many different viral seeds, then you are going to come up positive. Even if you don't feel like you're going to come up positive, you'll come up positive. And that is the mucus. That is the gaining of the weight. That's the symptoms. And so then, when I was posting those pictures of the teratomas, and you saw the teeth that were in one teratoma. Teratomas are basically tumors that have hair and teeth and sometimes eyes. And so that's how that's what develops first in a baby is, well, I won't say a baby would grow teeth, but you see the mouth grow first. But why is it a person has a tumor growing teeth? Because it is making copies of itself. Hold on a second. Hey, babe, can you take Sugar out if she comes downstairs? Please? Sugar, come here. Where's Sugar? Come here. Come here, Sugar. Come here, Sugar. Come here. Sugar. Shuggy. Come here. Go downstairs with Daddy. All right, well, you'll figure it out. You go downstairs. Do your little thing. Okay, so that's what's crazy is when somebody grows that kind of tumor, either an ectopic pregnancy, or they have a teratoma, or they're cutting out a tumor and it has teeth. Yeah, that's basically an exact copy of the person. They're growing a second head. So when a fetus is growing in the womb, it starts off. Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing is maybe the reason why there's teeth, because it already figured out the body was going to support it. That makes sense. So those little cell changes in the body, like when you see the melanoma or the moles and all that, they see different spots on the skin and they start changing. That's like that's like a virus that has taken root, that has been fertilized and now is growing. And that's why people go get tested to see if it turns cancerous, because cancer means that is a fertilized cell that eventually is going to turn into another head or something else. And that is like the fetus. That's the single cell, and then the tumor is like the fetus. And then when I guess that tumor with the teeth senses there's the rest of the body to take care of it, then it'll grow the teeth, then it'll grow the eyes. Go downstairs, sugar. Go get daddy. Go downstairs. Go downstairs. And so yeah, so it took me about overnight to cough everything out. And yeah, and then that tells the rest of my body that there's invaders, and that's the frequency. Coughing and blowing your nose is the frequency to let your body know that it is fighting against an enemy type of thing, an invading force. Sugar, go downstairs. Come on, sugar. Come on, sugar. Go downstairs. All right, whatever. Go downstairs. Go get daddy. Go get daddy. Go get daddy, sugar. Oh my gosh. Go downstairs, sugar. Go downstairs. Hold on a second. Come on, sugar. Go downstairs. Go. Come on. Sugar. Go. No, sometimes she needs coaxing. It's like having a child. I'm sorry. But this is what I do when I have to release all the excess stuff, okay? Because I'm telling you, that air outside yesterday was so intense. I was getting fertilized left and right, whether it's from my husband, not literally from my husband, but like, his air. But his air doesn't bug me so much. It was the food from Grubhub Panda Express, or it was the wind that was just whipping around everywhere. And so that's what I'm saying, you guys, is that when you're constantly around people, you will be fertilized by your friends and family. And you have to figure out how to rectify with that, and how to reconcile with that. Reconcile with that. And I'm a little bit loopy in the head because of having to get over this. And I coughed so much last night, all the way up to like 10, 11 o'clock. And then I finally was able to sleep. And I didn't take anything for it. But that's what you have to go through. And then you have to purge the next day. Empty your bowels, blow your nose. When you're blowing your nose and coughing, it's helping everything get through your alimentary canal. If you're not blowing your nose and coughing, then you're not helping your alimentary canal clear the pipes so it can allow in new information and release the old. And actually this morning when I went and saw my husband downstairs, because he fell asleep on the couch last night, and when he was making coffee, I felt like I was taller. I was getting taller. Even though I had my heels kind of on the little bit of that strip that's between the door jamb and everything, I felt like I was taller. But then I'm hitting an ant that somehow got in my room, like a big carpenter ant. And the ceiling, when you think about it, before I couldn't really reach it. But maybe I could, I don't know. But I could reach it, I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see if evolution allows us to grow taller once we're not cured anymore in the state that we're in. That if we do get exposed to different people's viral DNA that has the tall gene or has other genes in it that are influential, and then we take it on and reconcile with it, then would it change our growth and change just things like our size as far as our tallness, or what else could it change? I don't know. I mean, because we have the tallest person in the world is someone that's like 8 foot, and the basketball players. But I'm in Ohio, and there's tall people in Ohio, yes. Am I around them all the time? Not necessarily, but I do get exposed to people who are exposed to them, or I have been exposed to them at some point. And so, or it's in the air, okay? Or they're making my food, okay? So now when you finally open your system, you're going to be subject to every single opportunity. That's what's going on right now in this pandemic and with the economy, is you now are exposed to so much opportunity. Even though, yeah, the gas prices are up and food prices are up, doesn't matter. You're still you still now have access to all the opportunities. And what you do with it, it's totally up to you. But I'm going to get off now, but I wanted to give you a little background of last night and just how aggressive this the wind was, and then me just sneezing and coughing, and then you understanding those teratomas. And so now it makes sense why someone would get a teratoma, because that tumor sensed that the body was going to support it, and that's why it was growing teeth. Okay? But first, things start off in cells that are like, people get checked and they're like, oh, well, it's not it's not moving around, it's not energetic. And that's why you go get tested for cancer, to see how energetic those cells are. And then they just keep watch. But that's the thing, is that's what you're doing those cancer tests for, to see if you're gonna develop a parasitic twin. Okay, that's why you do the salt and the water, to control those entities so they're not taking over. That's why salt has been revered back in antiquity, because they understood this. And then biotech and alchemy figured out a different way. And since people, I don't know how they would think that people would abuse the salt, because they want to be cured all the time. But then if you want to have a baby, you have to be fertile, you have to be exposed to new viruses. And those new viruses are then the next generation, the prototypes, and another prototype. And that's human innovation. Okay? So there's no downsides to the viruses, and there's no upsides. It's just evolution, infinite sacred geometry. You just have to understand what it takes to level up to the next viral evolution. And that's what we're in right now, is a new viral evolution. And you just have you have a chance. All right, bye.